Hi guys, let's solve today's Leetcode problem, which is problem number 788, rotated digits. Okay, it's a medium problem. Let's read this out. An integer x is good if after rotating each digits individually by 180 degree, we get a valid number and it is different from x. A digit must be rotated. We cannot choose to leave it alone. A number is valid if each digit remains a digit after rotation. For example, 0, 1, 8 rotate to themselves, 2 and 5 rotate to each other, and 6 and 9 rotate to each other. The rest of the numbers do not rotate to each other, any other number, and becomes invalid. Okay. Given an integer n, return the number of good integers in range 1 to n. Okay, so this is what the problem is. I'll explain in depth, and this is the constant, that is n can be up to 10 to the power 4. Okay, what is the approach that we are going to cover as part of this problem is definitely the brute force approach, that we'll check for each of this number if it is valid and all sorts of that or not. And other is the optimal approach. So that is basically there is a more optimized way of thinking about this problem, that is I'm going to tell at the end. And so stay till end and let's get started with solving this problem. Okay, now what does the problem says? It says return the good numbers in this range 1 to n. Okay, so what is good number? It is a valid number. It has to be different from x after rotation. Okay, and all digit of x must be rotated. Okay, it cannot be like I leave some digits, I'll rotate only few. I have to rotate each digits of x, and after rotation x, if x should not be remain x. Okay, it should be valid different from after from x after rotation, and all digits must be rotated, then the number is good. Okay, now let's see what are all set of valid numbers and invalid numbers and all whatnot. So if we rotate this value 0, it will become 0. If we rotate 1, it will become 1. If we rotate 8, it will become 8. Similarly, if we rotate 2, it will become 5. If we rotate 5, it will become 2. For 6, it will become 9. For 9, it would become 6. Okay. So this is how it is. So these are all the valid numbers. The numbers other than this are invalid. Okay. So we have two things. One is valid set. Okay. So what is there in the valid set? It is 0, 1, 8, 2, 5 and 6, 9. This is my valid set. Now we know in the decimal number system we have digits from 0 till 9. So whatever is the remaining one, that is in the invalid range. So all that is remaining? So it is 3, 4 and 7. Okay, so this is valid set and this is invalid set. But one more thing to notice is, so in this valid set we can divide this into two sets further. Okay, so there will be this one set 0, 1, 8, which is nothing but this is after rotation of these digits. After we rotate this to 180 degree, it remains same. So this is same set. Now otherwise we have 2, 5, 6, 9. So if we rotate these digits, the number becomes different. Okay, so we further divided this set into two parts. Okay, so after rotation for this, we will get the new digits. Okay, now this is what the problem is saying, and in this range 1 to n, we have to return the total number of good numbers. Okay, let's solve this problem. So what is the brute force? It's just do what is asked in the question. So for each number in x from this range 1 to n, we will calculate this numbers x digit by digit, and we will see if that number is a good number or not. Okay, so how will we do that? So let's say n is 10. Okay, so what all comes in this range? So it will be something, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the number that comes in the range 1 till 10. Okay, so for each of them we will count one by one and we will increment our count. Okay, 0 number of good numbers in this range. Okay, so we know how is our set. So if it is 0, 1, 8, it is valid but same. Okay, if it is 2, 5, 6, 9, it is valid but different. Otherwise, if it is 3, 4 and 7, it is invalid. Okay, now let's start with this. So for 1, we know that 1 is comes in this set which remains same after rotation. So this is before rotation and this is after rotation. So 1 will be 1. So our condition says that after rotation it should not be the same value. So this is not a good number. So 2 will become 5, which is different. 3 is definitely invalid number, so we won't add. 4 is also invalid number. For 5 it becomes 2, which is different from initial number 5. 6 it becomes 9, which is also different from initial number 9. 9 now then for 7 it is an invalid number, we won't count. 8 remains 8 because it comes in this set, so it would be same, and we don't need to count that. 9 will become 6, we can count this. Now for 10, we see we have to do this 10 digit by digit because there are multiple digits in this number. So for 1, after rotation, 1 will remain 1 itself, 0 will remain 0 itself. So this, now we see this number 10 is 10 itself if after rotation also. So this is also not a good number. So what is the count? We see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here we see that it would be something like 1, 2, 3, and 4 one by one. Eventually count will be 4 for this example. Okay. So this is how we are going to solve this problem. Since we know that we have to solve this problem digit by digit, so we will do the same. Let's take a few another example. Now let's say x would be something like 801. Now if we rotate these digits one by one, what it would be? So for 8 it will remain same 8, for 0 it would be 0, for 1 it would be 1. So this is same as before, right? So we, this is not a good number. Now let's take something like 1 5 2 8. Okay, so after rotation what it will become? 1 will remain 1, 5 will become 2, 2 will become 5, 8 will remain 8, which is definitely different than what is the number x previously, right? So this is a good number. So we are going to do this by digit. Okay, so how we usually do this computation digit by digit? So this is nothing but a simple math operation where we, start iterating from backside. When we do this value mod 10, we get this last digit and we check for this and we calculate answer. For remaining, we have to divide it by 10, so next number would be 152, and same thing we will do for 152 also. So we will get the remainder 2, we will check if 2 is there or not, and so on. So for every digit we can check its validity. Okay, so if it comes within this invalid set 347, right? So first check we can do is if this comes inside this invalid set, so we definitely know this is not a good number. So we can return from there itself, okay, saying that this is not a valid number. So number is something from 3, 4 or 7, then we can immediately return that this is a invalid number and it cannot be a good number. If it is otherwise anything, so we can keep something, a boolean variable, saying like only 018. So in this example, if you saw, it is containing only 018, right? So if it just contains 018, so after rotation it will always remain same. So if this contains only 018, then we will say that this is not a good number, we will return false, otherwise we will return true. So that is how we are going to, compute in our uh, this problem. Okay, now let's write code for this problem. So first thing is we need to have a variable count to store the answer, and we will iterate from x is equal to 1 till x is less than equal to n, and this range 1 to n. And for every of this we will increment our count if this is a valid and different number. Okay, so I can write it as something is valid and different. Okay, then in that case we will return 1, right? So so it will add to our final answer count. Okay, at the end we can return count. Okay, so this is the base method. Now let's write this method is valid and different or not. So this will be a boolean variable, boolean method, which is valid and different. This will check digit by digit. Okay, and we also discussed that we will keep a boolean variable only 018 or not. Okay, so there will be a boolean variable only 018. Let's say it contains, initially let's consider that it contains 018 only, so we will mark this as true. Okay, now we will iterate in this value x digit by digit. Okay, So iteration is definitely every time we are dividing this number x, right, to get the next digits. So if it is greater than 0, then what we need to do is we need to know the digit. So we will keep a variable digit. That would be nothing but x mod 10. Now, first thing first, we will check the invalidity if this digit is equal to 3, or digit is equal to 4, or this digit is equal to 7. If that is the case, then we can directly return false, as this is a invalid case. Okay. Otherwise, we need to check if this digit is equal to 2, or this digit is equal to 5, or if it is equal to 6, or if it is equal to 9. If that is the case, which means this does not contains only 018, right? So we can mark this as false, that it does not contain 018. Okay. Now we will keep on checking for further digits also, because we cannot conclude our answer here itself if we found it contains 0, 1 and 8 or not. But for the remaining digits, we still need to find if that is remaining digits are valid or not. The validity for them is still need to be checked, so we will keep on checking. And here we will move our x to the next digit. Okay. Now at the end we can check if it contain only 0, 1, 8 or not. If so, then we can return false. Okay, because after rotation it will be same. Otherwise we can return true. Okay, because it contained the different values also after rotation, which will change the values and all the valid values. Okay, so yeah, that is about this approach. And now let's discuss the space and time complexity for this approach. So we know that here we are running one loop of n times, uh, and we are checking for the validity. And this validity function, if you say, so we are iterating over the digits, okay, of x. So normally we know that to calculate the number of digits in a number, formula is log of x base 10 plus 1. So this is number of digits. Okay. In our case, n can, this n or x can be up to 10 to the power 4. So 10 to the power 4 log base 10 plus 1 would be nothing but 4 plus 1, that is equal to 5. Okay. So it is 5. And what we were doing is, we for every value x, we were doing this a digit check, which will be log of n. Okay. And space complexity would be O of 1, because we are not taking anything additional, just a few variables here and there. Okay, so this is what the space and time complexity for this approach. And as per our constraint, it is nothing but 5 into n. Okay, which is the same, we can write it as O of n only. There is no much of a difference in our use case. And so this approach will pass this test cases for this problem. But there is definitely optimal way of thinking this problem, though this optimal approach won't add much difference in this problem. But this way of thinking would definitely help in other problems. Okay, so now let's discuss that. Okay, so the optimal way is using the digit dp. Okay, so what we can do in digit dp, we can, in normally in dp, what we do is we reuse whatever calculated values, right, previously. And I mean, new values we calculate using the previously calculated values. So what we were doing this repetitive work here every time was we were calculating digit by digit, digit by digit every time, right? But we know that this can be optimized, because we know that for our answer from 0 till 1, 2, 3 and so on till 9, we know this answer, right? So for dp we pre-calculate this answer, calculate. So here we will do for 0 till n 9. Okay, so here we know that we have basically three sets for with us. Okay, so one set is 3 4 7, another set is 0 1 and 8, another set is 2, 5, 6, and 9. Now this is the invalid set. So for invalid set, we can say our DP will store value 0. For valid set, this is valid but same, we can store the value as 1. Okay. And for this valid and different set, we can store the value as 2. Okay. So this is what our DP of values will store at any point of time based on what is the digit over there. Okay. We can calculate for this digits from 0 till 9 using these, and we will store the values accordingly. So what would DP of 0 will contain? So 0 would be 1, as 0 comes in this set. Now let's say somewhere here it would be 6. So 6 comes in this set. So DP of 0 would be 2. Okay. So similarly, we will pre-calculate these values. Now we will use this to calculate next values. Okay. Now one more thing to know is every time we do this x mod 10, right, to get the last digit. Okay. And we also do x divided by 10 to get the prefix of the number, right? So now, if let's say our DP of this value, since we are calculating for DP of x, right? We know this that this value would have been calculated beforehand itself. These are the previous values. So DP of these values. Okay. So this will give the our answer. Okay. What this does this mean? So let's say our digit is something like this. Okay. Now we know this is the prefix and this is the last digit. And we know for both of this we have this pre-calculated values. Okay. Now what we will do, we need to check. Okay, first thing is, let's say if both of them were same digit, okay, which means this prefix also gave us the value 1, saying that it was same, and this last digit also gave us the value 1, which means what our DP can store as 1, right? Which means there is only 0, 1 or 8 in this number, okay, as digits, which means that this is also 1, that this is not a good number, but symboling it as 1, that okay, we will not add anything to our answer. Now let's say if any of the digits contains 2 from here, or maybe this gives us 2. Basically prefix has any of the number as 2 or suffix has any of the number as 2. Okay, then in that case we can say that okay, then answer would be 2. But let's say if any of these is invalid, okay, I mean here we can we could have said it is 0 or 0. So this is invalid case. So we won't add anything to our answer. Okay, this will store 0 only, and we won't add anything to our answer. And in this case only, when we are storing 2, because this is or, if you see. So any of this either prefix or last digit is giving us 2. So here we will add our answer count plus plus. Okay. So instead of calculating for each digits next time, we are having this value DP value stored and we are just using it. Okay. So this is how this can be done. But if you see in this problem, we had this something like 5 into 10 to the power 4, right, is as our time complexity. And I already mentioned that this 5 is not making any big difference in this problem. Okay. So what all that we are saving from this digit DP solution is just this 5, right? But in other cases where this n can be up to 10, there would be, let's say, 9 digits or 18 digits, so then this can be useful. And let's say the time complexity for this approach, it is nothing but O of n, and space complexity is nothing but O of 1, since we are taking just a few variables. Okay, so yeah, that is about this approach. I hope you like this the optimal way of thinking and all over the problem. So I'm not writing the code for this optimal approach, as it's not adding much difference, but definitely I'll attach the GitHub link in the description below for code for both of the solution. And yeah, that's all for this. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next videos. Thank you.